Alright guys, New Age Tactical back with another video.
Knife.
Post review.
New Age Tactical.
You know the drill. 2 weeks spent with every knife. We're just going to kind of go over what we think of the knives after we've carried them for a while. Now, we're going to start right off with the Freetiger. And it's still... I just never expected a company I never heard of to just come out of the gate and just take on every single test we could
Seems like
throw
a lot
at
of
it.
people have heard of them though.
We did notice the comments. We did have a couple of like, hell yeah, Freetiger, like, oh, my favorite, you know. And again, this is why we have you tell us about these knives. This was a recommendation. Actually, were these all recommendations again?
Yeah.
It was recommendation, then we got the comment about the combo pack, technically a recommendation, and then one actually sent to us. As far as carrying it, it is a big knife. It's big for a pocket knife. Barely noticed it. The weight is still solid. I am still such a fan of the axis lock. I mean, after all that abuse, the smoothness of this...
Yeah, that's just this one was just a solid knife. Like, you know, when someone's like Freetiger, I'm like, oh, this sounds like one of those Amazon brands that pop up when you type in EDC gear type crap. But man, it just the complete opposite. Like, this is a solid knife, super sharp, and like you were saying, it is one of the bigger pocket pocket carries. So it gives you that full knife, you know what I mean? Like, you don't feel like you got a little pocket knife in your hand. You feel like you
still have some sticking out the bottom of your hand.
So, win.
And 100% not the last Freetiger we're going to be dealing with.
No, definitely not.
I never expected something like that to make it in the top 5 of this year so far.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because no one
top 5 all time, we can honestly say.
All time for our channel, really,
Yeah.
the way it blew through everything. So, hats off to you, Freetiger. The Lansky Responder. It's hideous.
It's like the Raptor's ugly cousin.
Here's the other thing. Now, we made fun of that angle, like that harsh angle right there. But when this is in your pocket, it's still kind of at an angle. Like, hold it from there and feel that weight hanging on your pocket.
Yeah,
It was swaying in my back pocket. It was moving all around. It was not comfortable, not even sharp. Like, dude, I was trying to cut open cardboard boxes, and I couldn't even get the tape all the way cut.
This one was designed by Williamson Urban Tactical. I think this one was meant to be like that tactical, like...
We said like an EMT's knife for
Yeah.
cutting seatbelts out and shit like
breaker.
that. Yeah, like
you
it's...
know. I'm just not a fan, so it's not really... I don't want to talk, super bad about it. It's just not really my cup of tea.
I mean, one thing you can give it credit for, blade did not break even with that.
It's a thick blade. Yeah.
That is the difference, though, is that thickness.
Well, yeah, no, but if you want to watch the whole review, you can go back and watch it. I mean, that's where we're going to tell you exactly what we thought about it and everything.
And honestly,
not a fan, didn't get stamps or anything.
The payoff from this knife was getting the Lansky sharpening, like the EDC sharpener. That was the benefit, which you could just buy for $10, you know.
Yeah, vice versa. I think you bought the sharpener and then kind of got that as like
So
practice knife.
$10 for the sharpener, $25 for a knife and a sharpener.
And they might make great stuff, but a lot of times when they do the collabos, like Lansky reaches out to them like, hey, design me something, they're going to come out with something outrageous to like stand out from others. And that's this does. It's not your typical pocket knife or your typical everyday carry. It's something different. So I'm not knocking on the company.
I would like to try another Lansky, but like a more regular
And we should
Lansky,
look that company
you know?
up too. But this is that thing that they threw in, and you're never going to get the best when it's a part of a combo pack.
Freebie. Yeah.
Last but not least,
the UltraX Cobra. It was a fun experience to have a knife sent to us. It was exciting. And so that part was awesome. But the knife, it really is a utility knife.
Yeah.
I think even Nicola pointed out that it did great for some, but then right after it would do horrible on the next one. It made no sense as to how.
It was one of those things where, like, it could, like, and I'm not saying exactly, but it could cut through the sisal rope, but then couldn't chop a straw.
Or couldn't do the paper.
Yeah.
But then poster board, dicing it,
It's meant for harder use, like.
Definitely had that utility feel, especially when it comes to the thickness of that blade. The weight of this. Thank you, Don't Bother None, for pointing out the lack of milling going on inside of this, which is why something so small has so much weight on it. Big downfall with carrying it, though. I always like to point this out because it's not very common. Twice, carrying it over the 2 weeks, when I put my hand in my pocket, the blade actually had come out.
Really?
So, could be the way I carry it, I get that, but...
Yeah, dude, that's, like, not easy to get out.
Which, I could have leaned on it or something, but yeah, I put my hand in and it was like that.
Which doesn't happen too often. I can't really count. I could probably count on one hand how many times it's happened to me.
And
depending on the knife, I should say.
Since we started New Age Tactical, I can think of only 3 knives that occurred with.
Yeah, so... I just bought a couple more recommendations. The 2 I bought, I probably wouldn't have bought on my own also, We've said it in previous videos, but we're kind of tuned into the fact of, like, there's certain brands you follow for good quality or great quality knives, You got your $300-$400 zero tolerances, Benchmades, all those things. And then you kind of take a step back and you can go to Spyderco, you can go to Kershaw, even Gerber, you know what I mean? Like, Gerber's built a pretty strong brand for their stuff. When back in the day, Gerber was kind of like the that Walmart carried, you know what I mean? So seeing these things like the Freetiger, which was priced very, very well, to me, that's going to sit there with the higher end ones, We would have never found the Freetiger, you know what I mean? Or the brand. To go back, we would have never found the Gonzo, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We would have never found Civivi. Those three name brands right there are ones that blew us out of the fucking water. And we would have never found it if it wasn't for you guys. So, hats off, man. We appreciate it. We really do.
It was pretty straightforward. We got one with the EDC and that stamp, and then 2 others that really did not quite do anything anywhere. So,
the funny part about it is, like, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, is I kind of like that knife.
The Lansky?
Yeah, I like it in a way of it's different. I do like the Lansky. I like the kind of the way it looks. It's different. And I'm into those different type of blades. It's something that I would...
Look-wise, but it came down to the test.
Absolutely. I'm not saying it didn't win anything, but it does have a cool, like, real urban, like, Call of Duty look to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I guess I'm looking at it as. Like, it's kind of like that, like... you see it in Call of Duty. Like, that's what it kind of reminds me of. And whatever. I mean, it is what it is, but...
Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, hit that bell.
And soon, TikTok. I'm working on that.
I don't know
I'm working on
TikTok. Keep it up with the recommendations. If you want to send us anything, hit us up at newagetactical@gmail.com.
Yeah. Other than that, New Age Tactical.
Over and out.